sore joints or dry skin? Try All Balm. Our CBD topicals are fast absorbing, non-greasy, and smell amazing. Now available at 2U Wines in South Euclid. Sip, shop, and feel better. Natural.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of the Pull Up Experience. Welcome to 2026, y'all.
Come on, y'all.
Okay?
Come on.
And again, we just get gooder and gooder with every year. It was bigger and better, and we bringing y'all the best, okay?
Yes.
So, listen, don't y'all fret, because, of course, well, let me do the right intro. Your regular schmegular, not your average Asian.
Hi, mama.
Your girl, Britt. But more importantly than that, you
Come on
guys,
now.
I have extraordinary, she's multifaceted in so many ways. We have content creating, digital creator,
Yes.
author. I can't wait to hear about your book.
Actress.
Okay, and the list goes on. And listen, she is what you would call, for sure, an entrepreneur, and she does it very well in so many different areas. Welcome, Shanklin, to the Pull Up Experience.
Thank you so much.
So glad to have you, girl. I was waiting for this episode.
Yes, indeed.
She really did. On the Midwest take off, so I'm like,
oh,
okay.
yeah, absolutely.
Yes, you've been doing your thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to hear about your journey. And, of course, like Brandon likes to start off, we're going to get it from the very beginning.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
So actually off camera, on camera.
Okay.
Cleveland born and raised?
Cleveland raised, not born. I was born in Oklahoma on the base, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. My dad was in the Army, so yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, I don't remember it, but I came to Ohio probably when I was like 5 or 6, and I've been here ever since.
That's it.
Awesome.
So growing up, were you that kid in class that when they had the school play, you were like me? Or, you know, were you that kid in class where you just like, we got to keep her in the corner because if we don't, she's going to be doing 5 different things?
I was definitely like the bookworm. So like, you know, a little just, I'm here to get my grades and do my grades and do good, get straight A's, and that's it. Like, I'm trying to go to college. Like, that's me. So I was pretty much like, if you remember those like math tests and stuff that they did, like when you had to fill it out and you had to be the first, I was the first. Like, that's what I was. So I was like, I would say Miss Goody Two Shoes. Like, oh, I know I'm that girl. Like, so that's who I was like when it came to school.
Okay.
So were you more introverted back then?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, definitely. Like, I had my select friends, and that was it. So, like, I have a sister. We're 10.5 months apart. So you'll probably hear me say we, like, when I talk about like my story, because it was me and her. Like, and we had like another friend that we would hang out with. But yeah, we pretty much like stuck together, and we had friends, but we were pretty much just like tight knit. So yeah.
So, with that being said, when will you say you came into your creativeness, or when the creative bug's like, boom, let's do it?
So I've always had a camera. Let's start there. So I think my first camera back in high school. So I had that, and I was that person with a digital camera that used to like take photos of everybody. Yes. So like I have photos from like way back when. Like I even look at those and I'm like screaming at those photos. But it started there where I was like somebody behind the camera, like just taking photos, but also like, hey, can you take this photo of me? So that's from what I can remember from back when I was like 15. But you can find pictures of me from when I was like 5 and 6, and I'm posing like you would have thought I was a model back then. So
That's what's up.
yeah,
that's awesome. So okay, so let's just go ahead. Let's dive into it, because in the world of social media, in the world of technology, as it has advanced since the digital cameras.
yes indeed, it really has.
Because then it get transferred to now the phones, and now our phones are like having those expensive cameras right at our fingertips. So when did you start realizing that there's something more than just taking pictures? Now there's something worth me posting. There's actual influence that I possess.
Yeah. So about 6 years ago, I just started posting. I always had an Instagram, right? I think we all had Instagram when Instagram, first started.
Right.
So I just started posting, and 6 years ago, I had got out of a relationship. And I was like, I'm just going to share a little bit more of myself. And after that, that's when I started building an audience. And I was like, what is this? Like, even today, it still is mind blowing. Like, when I look at like my platforms combined, I'm at like a little bit over 360,000 followers.
Come on now.
So like, even today, I'm like, still like, what's happening? Like, even when I climb up, I'm still like, what? But it literally just started with me just posting more, showing my personality more. People started following me, and I'm like, you guys like me? Like, what's going on? So after that, I would say like that first maybe 2 to 3 years after like, you know, getting into creating more often, it was like, that's when I hit that, I think, first 10K or you know, and once I hit that and I got there, I was like, okay, well, maybe I need to do a little bit better. But I will say this last 6 months has really elevated me because, like, we'll even probably get into this, but a year ago, I had an actual full-time job. And so I was terminated from that job. And once I was terminated from that job, then it was like, well, I guess I may as well go full time with this. So, yeah. So and then these past 6 months, I decided I was going to start posting every single day. And that really has took me from here to up here. So, yeah.
Come on now.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, first of all, that takes, so for one thing, you know, just kind of backtrack a little bit. So you said that just a year ago, you were full-time employed.
Yeah.
Okay, and then now you're saying that you got let go, because I just want the people that's watching to
Yeah, come
really
on now.
put themselves in the place of you to know that it's possible.
Yes. Yes.
So now you lose your job. First of all, that's a whole blow, okay? Because you're like, that's a shock in itself. It's like, what am I supposed to do? I still got bills. They don't stop. So what was, I guess, those moments that led up to you realizing that there is potential of money to be made in this, and not just for fun or not just for the growth of followers, but now I can make this a business?
Yeah, so when I was doing it part-time, I was always still like getting small collabs here and there. And so I was like, all right, you know, I still had some of those after I was let go from my job. I was like, okay, they're here and there. Like, and then as I started posting even more and stuff, that's when I started seeing like the money and started seeing like it going from a $500 month to a $1,000 month. And it was like, okay, this is great. Like, but it was pretty much just like, I would say it was something that I discovered as I continued to go along the journey. So like originally when I first set out, honestly, I talk about it in my book and how like when I first got like let go, what saved me after not having a job was the season before that. And so like I talk about in my book about like just being obedient in the season that you're in. And so I was obedient that season before. Like I had what I call a sit down season. I sat down in the house, I saved all of my money, and I had enough savings to cover me. Like even if I just wanted to chill, which I did do a little bit of chilling in that first 6 months of like not having a job. And then after that, that's when I was like, all right, it's time to turn it up a notch. And that's when I started posting every single day. So, yeah. But that first 6 months or so, like, it was very difficult. It was very challenging. Like, I had unemployment. Unemployment was terminated. Then I had, like, my health care. That was terminated as well. So I faced a lot of hurdles and stuff during that journey. But, yeah, eventually I was like, let's take it up a notch on this social media stuff, because I see that I was already doing small things here and there, but I know I can do way better. So, yeah.
So I had a question. So, shout out to Billy Gilliam, one of our guests in the Blitzman. Talk about the art and the science of doing anything, right? When it comes to content creating, because a lot of people claim they're content creator, but you actually do it for real. Would you say, is it better to be authentic in with your content creation, or is it more so the science, knowing the algorithm and knowing what the people want? Like, what do you put more value on?
I put more value on authenticity for sure. And that's how I built my platform. Literally, like when I first just started showing up, I wasn't really doing much to like, you know, try to figure anything out. I was just being myself, and people love that. And so I definitely put more value on authenticity, because like even today, I will say like, yes, I look at the numbers and stuff like that, and I'm seeing like, you know, I'm looking at what's popular on my videos and stuff like that. But if you've like come through my social media, you'll probably realize I'm a random content person. Like I don't have a particular niche. I would probably be classified, I would say, as a lifestyle content creator nowadays. But like I'm somebody that might pick up, and like I just always make a joke, like I might pick up tomorrow and decide to be a hockey player. Like so I think like Gary Vee said it best. He was like, this is, you know, what we're gonna start seeing is more random content creators. People want to see, you know, people doing different experiences, and that's one of the biggest things that I started highlighting even more too on my platform, is like different experiences. Like I had a goal in 2025 to show more experiences that didn't involve drinking, because I'm also on a journey of sobriety right now. So I literally like you know, just started showing whatever it was that I wanted to show. So authenticity, I feel like always wins. And when people see these different experiences, they're like, okay, I never thought about that. Like, I even like started highlighting like food stuff too, right?
Yeah.
And I have to be very clear, like I'm not a food content creator. And I say that because like I love food. So like people are always like, it's amazing. What else about it? And I'm like, I highlight experiences. Like I highlight going there. And my goal is to you try it out for yourself. If this looks good to you, you try it out too. Like if this looks fun to you, you try it out too. So authenticity for sure.
And shout out to you because like you bring experience in Cleveland I didn't know we've had. By the way.
Yeah, definitely.
So let me ask you, when it comes to creating that content, do you go mapping out for these things, or you just happen to be like, let me Google these things? Like, how do you find experiences to even record or to talk about?
So it's a little bit of both. Like I'll find some things, but also some people just come to me like, hey, can you check this spot out? And I'm like, oh, this looks so cool. Like it's like you said, I don't know that these places even exist sometimes. And I'm like, yeah, I would love to do that. And so next thing you know, I'm at this place trying it out. But it's a little bit of both, like me scouting some, but most of the time people coming to me like, hey, you like experiences. I think you might want to try this. And I'm like, absolutely. So yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, one of the things, and I know that a lot of the audience can relate to me, social media for some of us is a struggle. Okay? Because as though we we'll take our camera from time to time, snap a shot or do a little video, but it's a lot of, it can become a full-time, it is a full-time job to be honest, because I mean, from, like you said, even just taking that picture or video to editing it, which takes time, and really perfecting the way you want to, and figuring out when to post and scheduling and all of that. So what were some of the ways that you learned to kind of, I guess, get into this groove? You know, was there certain content creators that you were inspired and kind of took some tips in, from their pages? Was it YouTube University that kind of helped you?
I'm a trial and error person.
Okay.
It was like a lot of trial and error. Like when I tell y'all, like I'm that person that doesn't read the directions, I just jump right in. Like, so that's what it was for me, like with content. And it's so funny, like even now this year, one of my goals is to start building my YouTube channel. And so I'm getting into more long form content, but I was a short form content person, and I got to that place because just creating so much content. But even with long form, I was like just finding like, oh my gosh, it's so hard. And then I found this video literally the other day, just happened to come up my algorithm. They're like, this is what you need to be doing. And I'm like, oh, I guess if I would have looked for stuff, I probably would have knew. But now I have my a handle on it as to how to like do it better. But it really was just a lot of trial and error, just going out there and creating. Like I tell people all the time, like if you want to get into content creation, the first step is to just record. Like if you're gonna do anything, just record. Like and then go and then start, curating and like, creating it, like editing it and putting it together, because like I say there's no shortage of content. Content is everything.
Bar.
So, yeah.
Bar. So I got a question. When it comes to people who are being reached about for collaborations and for creating content for businesses or corporations as such, what advice you get to a person who has navigated that realm of how much should I charge them, or how should I go about negotiating my prices going forward?
So I will say I'm still honestly, like when it comes to charging people, I'm still like I do charge people, yes, but at the same time, like I'm also very big on collaborations too. So like I think that as you move through the journey and you start to like understand the power that you have with your platform, it's really mapping it out. Like okay, I have this amount of following, like I'm doing this, I'm pushing these numbers, and then that's when you can gauge what you can charge. It's also time consuming, of course, so you want to be like cognizant of your time. And so I'm very big on, how long is this going to take me? So for example, like I just did a collaboration where it was like a 15-day thing or whatever. And I actually happened to be talking to Dion about this. And I was like, I'm just going to put it out there. But I was like, I'm not doing anything like this ever again for less than $5,000. It's so time consuming. Like that it took up so much time. It was fun though. I love content creating, but it takes up so much time and people don't realize how much time goes into it. So yeah.
No, that's good. No, because I know some people who don't charge enough, and some people who charge too much.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the person that I don't want to be. I don't want to be the person that charges too much, because I also understand, like, when you talked about like the numbers and stuff like that, they fluctuate. Like right now my reach is like 2.1 million. Like a month ago it was like 3 million, you know? So like, but that changes. Like it might jump down to 1.5 million tomorrow, but I like to look at that and say, hey, right now this is what my reach is. This is what I will charge you for this. And then like somebody came to me recently where it was something on my platform that I had never done before, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I want to offer a discount for this because I haven't created a video like this. I'm just like so fair. Like I never want to be that person that's just like, oh yeah, this is just my standard rate. I want to work with everybody if it aligns with my brand.
Come on now. So we're not gonna see automotive content.
Yeah.
And we laugh, but I've seen people like you do that type of content.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different, you know.
Some people probably just take any deal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you know, speaking of which, so when you were first starting off, was it you taking every single offer and then realizing that this ain't working?
Yeah, so it was like a little bit of that. Like there was some things that I was just like, I would say it was a lot of free stuff. So, and like, I was honestly like, way before I even really got into content creation, like there's this thing that they do to people who want to start. And they're like, you buy this and you know, whatever, we'll send you this. I fell into one of those jobs.
They got you like that?
Yeah. I paid like $15 for something and I'm like, and they never sent it and stuff like that. But this is way before I even thought about being a content creator. But like that happened to me or whatever. So, but then as I started getting into it, it was like, you know, a bunch of different free stuff. But I always have been very like big on what aligns with me. Like, is this something that is aligning with Jan's brand or does it not? Like, there's just certain things I know for sure, like, I'm not going to do. And I'll talk about that in my book, actually. Like I say, you know what you will tolerate, you know what you won't tolerate, you know what you accept, what you won't accept. And I think about that, especially when it comes to my brand. And it's really big. So it's like, there's a lot of things, like I say, in the beginning, it was like that where I was just doing, you know, whatever, like, but never anything that was against my brand. It was just like, yeah, sure, I'll take this. Yeah. Like, even if I didn't like the clothes sometimes, I'm like, yeah. But now I'm like, I'm not wearing that. I'm not going to do it.
That's good. So let's talk about it, because you are a multifaceted creative. And let's talk about, because you, like you say, you have a book. Let's talk about the book. Let's talk about what prompted you to create this book.
Yeah, so I was actually in the process of writing my other book, and it's called Single Until Married, and it was about my single season. So I've been single or going on being single for the past 6 years now. So after I lost my job, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to start writing this book. I got time now. And so literally, like, I had a friend, his name was Nigel. Shout out to Nigel. He has this, like, thing called Vulnerability Con that he's starting, and he also had like this thing he put together for his students. So basically, like, I went there, and one of the things we were talking about with the students were you know, just kind of navigating life, like after graduating college and stuff like that. So as I was there, I just thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Because like I was trying to prepare like a PowerPoint for it because I wanted to be a speaker, but I ended up just getting a panel thing. And so I'm like, you know what? It just dawned on me, and I really felt like it was just God speaking to me, like, honestly, you need to be writing a book about navigating life in uncertainty. Because I was like, you know, fresh out of unemployment, and I'm like talking about my unemployment journey because I'm a content creator, and everybody's like, wow, I didn't know this, like, you know. And so I'm like, you know what? It was so many people navigating that season, and I'm like, I should write a book about, or not I should, but I just felt like God was like, you need to write a book about this. And it was so hard because it's like, you know, I talked about obedience briefly, but like I had to be obedient to that. And I remember some days like not wanting to write and like praying like, you know, God, what do you want me to do? And all I would hear was write the book. And I was like, oh my gosh. So like it took me a while to really like get consistent with it. And then finally I just locked in, and yeah, it was birthed out of my own season of uncertainty.
So you say, I'll write about what I know.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
And it relates to people because everybody has come to a portion in their life where they have been uncertain about where do I go from here? What do I do? Whether it's at your job and you're just at a stagnant place, whether it's in a relationship, like, should I keep going with this or not? So it's just so many different aspects of your life where you have that uncertainty period. So it's going to touch a lot of people and change a lot of lives. So that's why God kept pricking at you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. And speaking of that, like, that's literally like one of the things I talked about, like, in the book, is just how, like, it's about, you know, the breakups. It's about being terminated from a job. It's about if you just have a huge growth stunt out of life and you're like, you know what, I don't know what I want to do anymore. Like, it's all of those seasons of uncertainty. Like, it's not just one particular uncertain season in your life. So yeah.
So imagine, what will you say the prep work that goes to writing a book? Because I don't know the first thing. What would you say are some of the essentials someone needs to know when preparing to write a book?
You know, it's so funny because, like, on my list of videos I need to create is writing a book. Like, so that'll be one of my videos coming out.
Exclusive.
It's on the way.
Okay.
But it's literally gonna walk through the, like, start to finish. But where you start is a great outline. And so, like, I'm not talking about just writing out, like, you know, what each title of each chapter is going to be, because that's where I started. Again, I told y'all I'm a trial and error person. So, like,
I thought that was good.
No, it wasn't good enough. Like, so it's so funny. I brought, like, a book course from Tony Gaskins, and I had this book course, but again, like, I don't read directions. I didn't go watch it. I was like, I'm just jumping in. I'm just writing. So I'm writing this book, and everything's going great. At least I think it is. And then, like, I started reading it. I had so many duplicate stories. I was like, oh my gosh. And, like, I thought I almost had to scrap my book when I, like, wrote it. But, you know, trial and error. So after that, that's when I realized, when I went back to the book course, it was like, you know, when you write the outline, you need to write out if you have any subsections of each chapter. And then you need to write out each story that's going to be in each chapter or any story. So so it's like having an extremely detailed outline. So it's deeper than just having, like, that title. It's the, you know, title to each chapter, the subsections, each story you're going to tell, if there's any themes that are going to be throughout the book. And so that's where you start.
You're not gonna freestyle, Joe. You're not gonna, like, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, and that was me. Like, I literally thought I was just going to jump right in, and I had to scrap a lot of chapters. Yeah.
Well, what kept you going? Because, you know, for some people, that could be discouraging. Like you said, you started to be like, you know what, scrap the whole book. Or there was times where you're like, God, what you want me to do? And you knew that he wanted you to write the book. Like, okay, all right, you know. But what was the extra push? Because some of us, uncertainty, sometimes we just be like, maybe this isn't the right time. Maybe I don't need to be doing this. But when did you realize, like, okay, I really got to push myself to, you know, past the limits and realize this is something I need to do?
So it was in August, and that's when, so I was terminated back in January. So I had been going back and forth, not being consistent with writing it from January up until July. July is when I figured out I had all the duplicate stories, and that's when it just, like, did it for me. Like, you know what? I need to lock in. Like, so that's when I redid my outline then. And after I redid my outline and I went through Tony Gaskins' course, and literally he was talking about, like, I wrote a book in a week. I was like, oh, really?
Or 3 days.
I was like, so I've been playing games.
A week?
So when he said that, I was like, you know what? I could probably do this in a week. And long and behold, I finished the book in 2 weeks. And I was like, man, I was playing games. But yeah, it was at that point when I finally did the book course. And then, it's like redid my outline. That's when I knew I had to lock in. So,
Okay, listen. So when that video come down, I'm like, let me see how to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Not gonna help us all figure it out from start to finish. Okay, awesome. So, you know, when it comes to, we always talk about finding our purpose. Do you feel as though you found your purpose?
Yeah, so I remember when I was trying to find my purpose, actually, I stumbled upon a quote, and it says, a passion is what gets you started, but a purpose is what keeps you going. And so, like, when I stumbled upon that, like, and then I, like, started seeing, you know, what I was doing was impacting people. Like, I honestly don't like to refer to myself as an influencer. I like to refer to myself as an inspirer. And so, like, I want people to, like, be inspired, you know? And so, like, I always loved helping other people. So however I can do that, however I can touch people's lives, and I always used to say too, if I can make just one person smile a day, my day has been made.
That's
so
good.
I knew I was called to service, and like that's a big part of my purpose is serving others, and you know, just putting out anything that I can to help people really just, become, I know it's so cliche, but literally become the best versions of themselves. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, and then you also act. Let's talk about how did you get into that realm? How did that happen?
Oh, this is so funny because I just talked to Dion about this the other day, and he called me up one day. He's like, "Hey, have you ever acted before?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "All right, I'm gonna write you in a script." I was like, "Oh, okay." I thought he was playing until he's like, "Yep, here's the script," and I was like, "Oh," and that's literally how it happened. That's how I got into acting, and so like I started like memorizing everything and like reading through the script, and I'm like, "Oh, I can remember lines. Like, oh, okay, I got this." And so like that's when got on set, and my first, I will say, like, I was very nervous at first, but like I've gotten really better at it, and Dion is a great teacher too. So shout out to Dion. Like, the Almost Famous is premiering too. We got a date February 18th. So super excited. But yeah, he just seeing I was content creating and doing that, and he was like, yeah, I got the perfect person like to write you into, and he wrote me into the script. Yeah.
Wow.
So I got a friend, right? When it comes to acting, he is very bad at it. Okay, yeah, right.
At least you're honest.
His friend.
His friend.
His friend, yeah. What advice you give somebody who isn't that how can I say this, that graceful in front of the camera
at all?
Honestly, I think that I've gotten better at being in front of the camera from content creating and showing up. So when I say like just start recording, start seeing yourself actually like get into those roles. Like even when it comes to like now with the script and stuff like that, like I'll send a video to Dion like, hey, what do you think about this? And I'm constantly going through it. Even on our calls, those are great for us too. And like we even talked about like going into acting school, like or doing some acting classes, like which I'm not opposed to. I'm like absolutely, like it's definitely something that I still even need in my journey, like because I'm still very like new at it and stuff like that. So yeah, so I would say the first step, recording, seeing yourself, like understanding one thing Dion said a lot of is inflection. So understanding that, like there's so many different things to it, but like if you could just start by recording the camera, seeing how you are, seeing the things you do. One thing I do a lot of is like move my hands and stuff like that. So that's something I'm still working on.
My friend knows too well.
We understand.
But it really is like studying yourself too, like and seeing like the things that you do. Like I'm just such a bubbly person, so like even the photo shoot I did before this, he's like, all right, I need you to give me more like Vogue, like model, like, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, because I'm so bubbly, but that's me. But I understand that when you're in these different things that you're doing, you have to step outside of yourself and be that character.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yep.
Now I know that you're also, you got like you said, you have there's so many layers here. You got so many hats that you wear. So from actress to author to content creator, but also life coach. So how has that experience been in regards to it? Because obviously, like you said, your content helps to uplift people and inspire them, encourage them. So how do we, put that out there for those who really need it and be able to, speak with you and really have those sessions?
Yeah, so I got my life coaching certification also from like the Tony Gaskins Academy. And so what made me do that was when I was in the midst of like writing my book, and I was like, I feel like people may have more questions beyond this book.
For sure.
And so I have like, of course you can go through my website, but you can also go through like the mymentor.life.com to, book me on there as a life coach. But essentially like what my goal is, or what most goals are for life, or the goal that life coaches have for people is we don't want to see you be under us forever. We don't want you to like have to be coached by us forever. Our goal is to, simply have you like, learn some things and go on to use those things and become a better person, like to start implementing them to where you're not dependent on us to just be there for you figuring it out. So what I like to take the approach of when it comes to life coaching is pretty much just kind of like outlining and asking questions. Like we're not, therapists and stuff, so we're not like trying to diagnose you of anything. We're like, okay, let me ask you the right questions to really like see what it is you actually need from me. So I actually have a quote in my book that I said, it's a matter of like asking the right questions. It's not a matter of why is this happening to me. It's just a matter of asking the right questions. Yeah.
That's good. No.
Yep.
Let me ask you this. And shout out to you because I feel like if I like coach, I feel like I would be a imposter. Cause I'm like my life ain't where it needs to be. How can I coach you and yours?
Mm-hmm.
What advice you give to somebody who in their mind they believe they need a life coach? What advice you give to that person?
I would say that thinks they need a life coach.
Yeah.
What advice would I give to them? I would say, like, I mean, everybody's always growing. Everybody's always, like, you know, there's always going to be room for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I even think about, like, therapy, for example. Like, you go to a therapist, you get out of it, and then you know, you heal from whatever it is. But healing is not linear. Similarly, like, growing isn't linear. You're always going to be growing in some aspect of your life. So for those who are like considering whether to get a life coach, if you're in a space in your life where you just have, you know, you're trying to just figure out your next step, that's when I would say you would need a life coach. Like, you're like, okay, I just need like to ask the basic questions. I really need to try to map out my life. We can help you map that out because we're going to ask you the right questions and like really try to seek to figure out how we can, you know, push you to, because we want them to find the answers. Like, we want you to, like, you know, we're not trying to give you the answers. Like, this is what you need to do. Like, no, we give, that's why you ask the right questions. Like, you know, hey, you know, whatever the case may be, like, whatever, you know, the situation is, to help them come to that answer. Because life coaching is simple. Like, it's exactly what it is. It's like, you know, understanding, like, okay, this is where I'm going in life. So for those who are considering it, if you are just in that space and you're like, okay, I need help and guidance on where to go from here, I'm just trying to figure it out, I have all of these thoughts and stuff and things in my head, like I just need a plan to follow, that's when I would say you need a life coach.
Okay. Well, you know what, when it comes to, because like I said, you do so many things and you do them well, you know, so shout out to you. But for those who maybe, you know, are wanting to get started and really wanting to, you know, learn and grow, what were some of the struggles that maybe you experienced as a content creator that you still use now, you know, that you definitely have, you know, found success in it? You know, what are some of those things that you can be able to extend out to our audience?
I would say, like, definitely right now, right, what's really big is AI, right? So, but I'm still very much hands-on with my content. So, like, I don't use AI to edit any of my content and stuff like that. Like, I go in and listen, I have a video about that coming out too. Yeah, and, you know, people probably think I'm crazy, but, like, I go in and I'm adding the zooms, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, seriously? I do all of that myself. Yes. Yeah. But I think that you should always want to learn how to do everything yourself. And then, like, once you get to the point where you can delegate tasks, then you delegate tasks. So, but speaking of AI, like, for example, I do use chat, but I use chat more so, I would say, to, like, organize my thoughts, because, like I said, I had a day yesterday where I was like, oh yeah, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like, so sometimes if I have a day like that, I'm like, okay, chat, here's everything I'm gonna be working on today. Like, let's see how we can map this day out. So, like, I'll use chat and, like, AIs for stuff like that. Like, that's what I use it for, but not saying stray away from editing and stuff with it. You can, but I mean, I think that people need to humanize their pages more, honestly. Like, it's so, like, you know when somebody's using AI these days. Like, for the most part, some of those videos are starting to get more realistic. And I watched a video recently and they said it's going to start getting even more realistic. But I would say, like, learn how to do everything yourself. Like, I mean, I'm the photographer, I'm the editor, like, I'm the content creator, like, I'm the director. I do it all. Like, everything behind my page is me. Like, I'm just now starting to add people in, like, you know, to take photos and do photography and stuff like that of me, like, because I realize I don't have enough, like, static photos. But videos wise, like, I do everything pretty much myself. So, yeah.
Shout out to you.
Very much so, honey, because I did it and the burnout was real.
It can be. It really can, like, be a burnout, like, especially when you don't have, like, a system or something that you're following. But now I know, like, when I highlight, say, for a business or something that I'm going to see, I know what I'm doing, like, what I'm showing, you know, and I know how that process is going to be. And those videos are pretty straightforward. So, like, I pretty much have an outline for every video that I create. Like, if I'm doing a talking head video where I'm just talking straight to the camera, I know, like, what I want to do for that. The other thing that I could say that I could be better at, because there's always room for growth, right? It's probably, like, I would say script writing, but I've never really been, like, a big script writer. but I think everybody could still have like a list of like, you know, bullets or something like that you want to talk about. But I'm just straight to it. Like I always say, ain't nothing to it but to do it and get to it. So I'm getting to it, straight to it in every video. I'm like, let's do this. I need to create this video right now. And I just create that video. But yeah, just, I would say learning how to do everything and then get into the place where you can start delegating things.
That's good. So I have a question. So I know you kind of mentioned it just now about how, because you, with you being a multi-creator, like, I'm pretty sure, I know my brain is crazy.
Yeah.
Which is what I want to do. And I love how you say you use chat, but how do you prioritize when this project is calling you over here, this project is calling you over there? How do you prioritize where your creating is going to be at?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much deadlines, I would say. Like, I always have a deadline for everything. So, like, I do some TikTok shop and stuff. So like with the TikTok shop stuff, when you get that, you have like a 2-week time frame to do that. So, and then of course, if I'm like working with a brand on something, like I have those set days and stuff like that. So everything's pretty much organized out on my calendar. Like, okay, I know I have this coming up, so this is what I need to focus on. But my day-to-day content and stuff like that can pretty much be dropped whenever, but honestly, I'm an urgent content creator. So like when I say that, I mean like I believe in urgency. Like I'm leaving here and I'm gonna edit this experience. Like that's, you know, that's the type of person that I am. Like when it comes to my content. So
Y'all, they make fun of me because I like to do the podcast. Then I sense I'll be that night. I'll be
in that parking lot. We would finish recording. I'd be like, all right, Brandon, see you. And I'm driving off. I still see his car sitting. I'm like, no, what is going on here? Little did I know, this man is up here already working on the promo, and before I hit the stop sign, he had already collabed.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm so like I'm that person too. Like, and so yeah, I mean, I pretty much I don't know. Like, it's even hard like for me to have when people do come take photos of me. I'm like, here's my memory card because like I won't edit the photos myself, like because I need it there and I need it right now. So yeah.
Now I don't lie. I've met a lot of creators. I've never heard of them. I do it myself. I got this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah. No, I'm very like extremely hands on. So yeah.
So okay, let me ask you this. So you talk about the past, talk about the present, talk about the future. What do you feel like the future holds for you? Because at this point, sky's the limit.
For sure.
Right. So what do you feel like the future for you?
So right now, like, I mean, I'm still actively working on different collaborations and I will start working on my second book, which is about my single season. Cause I'm very excited to like, that's the book I wanted to write. Like I said, like, and I love God. I do.
That's right.
He told me to write Navigating Life in Uncertainty. I did that.
Yeah.
So now I'm like ready to work on my next book and, continuing to build out different collaborations. I'm also exploring management as well, like because
a cozy mood, shea butter and warm sugar is where it's at. Or maybe you're more in a champagne spritz and roses type mood. Whatever the mood, set it with one of these Febreze Air Mist fragrances today.
It gets to a point now where it's like, all right, I need somebody handling the collaborations piece of it. So that's where I'm at with that. And then also just different like speaking engagements and stuff. I'll also be hosting my very first event this year.
Come on now.
So I'm excited about that. And it's just a meet and greet for my book and stuff like that. So like, you know, getting people in front of me to talk about the book, like so that they can understand like, you know, my viewpoint on things and kind of walking through that. But yeah, I want to see myself also just, you know, really connecting to more people and, you know, going back to collaborations, collaborating with more people as well. Like, I'm so big on that. Like, I want to collaborate with as many people as possible. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
Let me ask you, so with writing each book, I feel like with each book is like not saying a revenue stream, but I feel like it is because you got the book, but then from the book could be a workshop could be a coaching,
You do courses.
Right. So that's the plan.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely in there, like amongst the other many things. But like you were talking about, like just kind of like organizing my brain and stuff because like there's so many different things. Like, I mean, I'm also working on like a devotional. Like, that's something else that I plan to have coming out. And then I almost forgot, I did release like a 2026 calendar as well. It's a challenge calendar. So it's pretty much like 3 different challenges you can do every month throughout this year.
Wow.
So I basically, with my audience, I was always like doing challenges with them. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I should make a calendar that will like they can follow along with throughout the year. And so yeah, the goal is to like, you know, push yourself in ways that you haven't. Like, so in January, one of them is like, of course, dry January. Like, that's one of the typical ones. But I have 2 other ones in there that like are a little different than what you normally hear. So yeah, I wanted something that people could follow along and like push themselves. And then like there's a section in there like that kind of outlines. You choose it, you choose your frequency, and then you choose your why. And you're like, you know, why am I doing this for this month? And it really helps you think, and it helps you like, you know, stay motivated to complete that challenge. But yeah, I was always doing challenges with my followers, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna create something for y'all to do yourself so y'all don't feel like so forced. Like the last one I did in January was well, from October up until, or December, it is January right now. October I did sober September, sober October, sober November, sober December. So I know they were sick of me. So that's why I was like, you know what, let me give y'all some stuff to do yourself, because like, are y'all even doing the challenges at this point? Let me give y'all options. And it's like, the calendar's only $5 too, so that's why I was like, it's a small investment into yourself.
Yeah,
I like that. The Bible says, you know, write it down and make it plain. So when it comes to goals, they say you're 70% more likely to do and achieve those goals if you actually write them down.
Yes,
because it keeps you accountable. So that's smart.
Yep, absolutely.
So as I hear your story, it's a story in the Bible with a man of many talents. You got the many talents.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, no, and you're taking those talents, you're multiplying those talents. So shout out to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, you have to, right? Like one of the verses that I've been loving the most from the Bible, speaking of it, is this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And like I talk about, like one of my favorite sayings is, it's a great day to be great. And so like I'm like, it closely aligns with that, because like I always believe no matter what happens throughout that day, there's going to be something great in it. So we have to rejoice and be glad in that day. Yeah, so.
That's what I'm talking about. So is there any aspect of creating this that you like no, I'm not gonna do that?
Like off limits.
Off limits. So on my platform, I've committed to like not cussing. And like I'm not saying I wasn't a cusser at one point in time. I was like, I used a lot of profanity in the past, but I'm not really like, you know, inclined to work with people who have a lot of cussing in their platform. That's just not what aligns with my brand. So I'm not really willing to do stuff like that. I'm not willing to also like play and do little skits that like involve me being somebody's like girlfriend and like having a boyfriend, because I'm so big. Like I said, my next book is going to be about my single season, so I'm very intentional about that, and it's the reason I'm coming on 6 years of being single, because like it's just something that is very serious to me. Like, so I've been on an intentional walk with God. That's and good. Like as I've grown closer to him, like, you know, that's why the profanity isn't something I'm like, I don't really want to be associated with. Like, that's why I won't be associated with pretending like somebody's like my partner and stuff like that, and aligning myself to certain people. Like, so yeah, those are things that are just definitely off limits. Like I don't even play about people writing in my comments playing like that, because some guys are crazy. And like
I'll bring my next question. I'm glad you bring it up.
They are like, somebody made a comment one time like, yeah, she's my girl. I was like, listen, God don't like liars, and neither do I. Like, let's not do that. I don't even play those games.
God don't like liars.
And neither do I.
Nah, that's funny. I'll become lying.
That's the one thing for sure. I'm like, dude, do not play.
So let me ask you this: how in this time and age that we are with social media, how you navigate the negativity that might be coming your way?
Yeah. So you know, I laugh because the negativity makes me laugh. Like honestly, these red boots I have on right now, somebody called them red roach killers. That had me screaming for days. But like, it's so hilarious to me. So like, when I see like negativity, I'm screaming at it. Like, it doesn't offend me at all. Like, I remember the stuff, but I laugh at it, and it's like, cause it's like, you guys are just hilarious. Like, you know. But that's honestly what you have to do. Like, somebody also said like a good habit to start having too is when you see a negative comment, go look at all of the 10 positive comments that follow that.
Oh, wow. See,
Yeah.
I need to take that back because I'll be in the comments like, oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
I had a comment the other day. I was like, Lord, please forgive me because they chose the wrong day.
No, literally, like, you really can't give them energy. And then if I do respond, because sometimes I will, but I'm always like, you know what? Listen, I'm sending you love because you know, for you to be so miserable, you know, to like to have to write this hate comment, like, it says a lot more about you than it does about me. You know what I mean? So like, yeah. So I see them, I laugh at them. I try not to respond to them, and if I do, I try to send some love. But I also have been trying to incorporate this in my head. If it's taking me too long to write out a response, that means I don't need to respond at all.
Ooh.
So yeah.
That's a bar right there.
Now, does it get to the point where you also gotta block and delete them?
Oh, yes.
It gets to, you know, because some of them will test the limits.
I have like the. Now it will get to that point, or it has gotten to that point where I'm telling them like, okay, listen, you tread lightly, like you need to be cognizant of what you're saying. Somebody was like being so weird about commenting like on me wearing oversized clothes versus wearing clothes that were more form-fitting, and I was like, listen, pump your brakes because you're this close, right? And they were like, okay, and so you know, like, so every now and then I might have to check somebody and like, you know, say something, but like I will just sometimes just block people if it's something that's extremely like. Actually, I did block somebody the other day. Now that I think about it,
that's right.
Like and freaking, I don't know if you all don't know this. If you're on Twitter, you have to like write this statement to Grok and basically tell it not to change your photos and stuff like that. Somebody took one of my photos, commented on it, and said, "Grok, turn her into a swimsuit," and it turned me into a swimsuit, and it looked like my body, and I was like. What is wrong with people?
Know that. Wow.
Yeah, so there's a statement that you can put up there or whatever, like, and you can basically say, hey, Grok, please do not alter any of my images, and it'll say okay. But yeah, so that's, somebody got boxed for that the other day. But yeah, AI is just so advanced that it can literally make a body that looks just like yours.
Oh, that I don't
Yeah.
put it past
You tripping, Elon.
Literally.
Because he done took it and just no holds barred.
Literally. So make sure you write that statement. I gotta send it to you so you can post it on and show everybody.
Yep, I'll put the show notes. So,
yeah.
Don't let Grok get you.
Yeah, don't let Grok get you. You gotta write that statement out.
Wow.
So yeah.
Learn something new every day.
No, listen, we definitely learn.
Yeah.
Exclusive. So let me ask you this. With that being said, with us going to 2026 and beyond, what do you feel like not saying that, because I love how you said influencer and I'm inspired. Where do you feel like the future of social media is going to take that aspect? Because in the age where you said we got AI influencers and all that, I remember just a couple weeks ago where they were showing how these influencer pages weren't even in America; they were somewhere else. So we got all these fake people making fake pages on that stuff. How do you feel?
AI celebrities, you do know that, right?
Yeah, no, listen, that's what I'm saying.
It's insane.
Celebrities.
Yeah.
How do you feel like we can how do you feel like we can maneuver going forward if we want to be our authentic selves?
So talk to the camera. Like, I'm going back to that because it's like, yes, it can get up there and it can talk, but like, actually talk and let people see your personality. Like, you know, all it can do is create stuff based on, you know, what it's being fed, right? But like, I don't, when I see pages that like they're not really talking at all, I'm like, who are you? Like, you could be an AI person. Like, I don't know. But I would say, like, that's why when I was talking about humanizing your page, talk to the camera. Don't be afraid to prop it up and have some imperfections and stuff. Like, and that's something that I think I did see, like, recently, where there was, like, we're starting to get back to that imperfection where it's not so perfect. Not every video needs to be perfect. So sometimes I will pop up a video that I propped up like this, but sometimes I just set up my phone. So be willing to, you know, utilize all different formats and, like, be in different settings and just be your true self. Like, like, who are you when you wake up in the morning? Like, you know what I mean? Like being able to show that, like, who are you like at the end of the night when you're getting ready to go to sleep? Like, you know, that's what I would say we should be able to see. Like, people want to see, like, I talked to like other creators about this too, because like some of them reached out to me, like when I was just talking about my how I've been growing since I've been posting every day. And like one thing I was telling them, I was like, listen, people want to see who you actually are. Like, you know, the aesthetics and stuff are nice. It's not that they aren't, like, you know, that's still gonna do really great, but people want to know, like, what's going on in your life? Like, is there something that, you know, you went through that you can share with them? Sharing those stories that, like, you know, people don't normally talk about is something that you can do more on social media. Like, whether it's like a day you go out and you have a flat tire, you learn something from that experience, share it, you know? Like I talked about yesterday, like I made a video on YouTube, but it hasn't posted yet. It'll post tomorrow morning. But I talk about like my journey with spiders because I had arachnophobia and like now it's getting better. Like, but I talked to
Brandon is a little confused. She doesn't know what that means.
It's an irrational.
Thank you.
It's a fear of spiders, basically. Yeah. So like I was like, so like a spider could run me out the bathroom, like, and that was the spider's bathroom because I would call people over, like, please come kill this spider. So like, yeah, I used to be. It was crazy, but I'm not there anymore. Because last year, like, I became friends with a spider, which we weren't really friends, but it sounds strange, you guys, I know. But it was like, I learned about orb weavers, and I started researching, like, what's their lifespan? And they told me they die off before the winter, and, like, they literally have a short lifespan. And it made me so sad. I know. So, like, learning about that spider really made me reflect on life. And I was like, insects and creatures and stuff, they don't have, you know, that long of a life. Like, but here we are being, you know, blessed with the gift of life each day, and God's given us another day. So it taught me just about being, you know, just thankful for life. So
that's a unique perspective to have.
It is, yeah. So like it's something that
spider don't get it from me. I'm sorry.
Right? Oh, it's still getting it from me now, but like eventually, you know, I want to get to that point where I can like trap a spider in a cup. Like that's my goal. But yeah, so like, but that's a video that's just so random, and it's you know, me talking about a unique experience I had and my takeaway from it. So, you know, it's just a video that, you know, you wouldn't even think somebody would make, but I'm like, let's just make it.
Nope, that's good.
Those be the ones that really take off.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you, because you are a Browns fan.
Yes.
God bless you.
We just found out he's not.
Oh my goodness.
For all y'all that didn't know.
Wow.
But I'm just
wowzers. Who is it? Please don't tell me it's the Steelers. Oh my goodness.
But okay, we'll talk about off camera because I do not want that smoke with y'all, man. I be having to hide.
Too late, not late.
Would you be a Browns fan? So part of you being authentic as yourself, you have a love for the Browns. Where did that come from? Where you start showing your content? Because some people are closeted Browns fans.
Yes. Wow, they are. I didn't know that. But
until they start winning, then
right,
you're right. No, real.
They will. Like now they go by, yeah, I've always been a Browns fan. But it was so I had always like been going to games and stuff, but like this year I don't know, something just told me to just start sharing more of like my Browns content. And it just started taking off, and like I had like a viral video from like just showing one of my outfits and stuff like that. But yeah, this year I just felt compelled to just start doing it. But I have been a Browns fan for, I mean, all my life pretty much. But I had finally started going to games, I would say probably about 3 or 4 years ago and stuff like that. But yeah, it was actually very brutal, honestly, like, because I was the type of Browns fan that didn't know what was going on, like, at the time. I think I liked it better that way. Yeah. Like, when I tell you I used to be so stressed at them games, I'm like, y'all deal with this every season? I don't know who's coming back next season.
So it'll raise your blood pressure, you know?
Yeah.
So So
Yeah, but no, this year I just I posted the outfit, and after that it got so much love. I was like, you know what, let's keep it going, and it turned into a series, and I was just sharing all of my outfits, and got to go to a lot of free games too. Got a lot of free tickets, so met a lot of cool people. I met Hanford Dixon, and that super cool guy, and met his entire family, loved them all, and so it's just been so great. I actually ended up seeing him the other day, and he was just you're doing great things, I see it, and I was like, oh, thanks. He's just a father figure, so
that's dope.
yeah, it's super dope. But yeah.
And then, hey, so listen, the Browns are all they're on up and up. So you know,
yeah,
it's another great season.
Yeah, I'm hoping that yeah, for sure. Thanks. But yeah, I'm hoping we can see some great things continue to come out of it. You know, we got rid of Stefanski, so you know, I mean, I think it's it's only up
to win
from
the Super
here.
Bowl next year.
That would be crazy. Oh my gosh, that would be crazy.
I don't think the city will know how to act.
That's neither here nor there. But,
no, literally.
That's my 2 cents for the day. But no, with that being said, we gonna get to simple questions, right? And then part 2, we have to pull up on you in the Browns game and whatnot. Like, hey, what's going on?
Absolutely.
Right. But Cleveland, unfortunately, Cleveland has a stigma of not being a place for collaboration. But you a person of collaboration. Yeah. Obviously, collaboration is happening. How do you feel like you can change the stigma of Cleveland not being a place for collaboration?
I think it's just continuing to. One thing I started also doing on my platform is just saying when I started with the Browns, for example, I was Cleveland Browns fans and Cleveland Browns fans only. When I tell you, it just built this big wealth of community. It was so many people writing on there oh, hey, I'm here, I'll be at the tailgate, But I think it's doing more videos like that, really trying to put more videos hey, people in Cleveland, I want to collaborate. There was a content creator that followed me recently and invited me to something. I was like, yeah, absolutely, let's do it. So I think it starts with identifying and understanding nobody is you're not in competition with anybody.
Yeah.
Everybody is here and everybody's on their path. You cannot stop what God has for you, right? You know the saying, and so pretty much I think that we start by, putting more messages out there. We start by extending invites. There was another content creator that invited me to an event and it was great. So start extending those invites and stuff, because you'd be surprised. A lot of people actually want to be more involved. So yeah, we start by putting the message out there and actually having the events and having people come to the events.
That's
so
good.
yeah.
That's good. And this is a side question. Do you ever feel like in your future you'll be coaching other content creators in the future?
I think it's possible. Absolutely. Yeah.
Got a friend.
Yeah. He
wants to create content.
Yeah.
About how much you don't like the Browns.
All right now. Trend
I'm not me. I'm actually with my friend and whatnot. But I mean, no. But in all honesty, do you feel like you can cope?
Yeah.
Because you pretty much have done the thing that needs to be done going forward. And I know plenty of people who aspire to be that way.
Yeah.
You hard in the legwork. I'm pretty sure people will gladly sign up for that course.
Yeah. So people have asked me even how you were saying courses and stuff like that. They've asked me to start doing courses, and I'm very hands-on, so I think it's absolutely something that I would want to do, but I would want it to be a hands-on experience when I do it. So I want people to be able to walk through and come with me to things to see how I highlight it from start to finish, and then going into the editing process. So whenever that time does come and I have the time for it, absolutely, I can definitely see that happening. But yeah, so that's definitely something in the cards. And then I have another friend who's let's plan a content creator event. So we're planning to do that in, I think it is in March. Yeah, at the end of March.
You gonna be here in Cleveland?
Yes, in Cleveland. So we'll have more information about it, about the content creator.
I like that.
And it'll be great, yeah. And what we're gonna do is invite businesses out as well, for businesses that are wanting to collaborate. Speaking of collaborating with content creators, so it'll be an opportunity for them to come as well and say, hey, I seen you. I would love to work with you and talk about it and stuff like that. So absolutely, and I always dropping free gems too, though. So people DM me all the time, and I'm like, here's all the stuff that I know. Like, I'm not somebody like I don't
No
believe
gatekeeping.
I'm not a gatekeeper. Like, I'm gonna give away as much free information as possible. Like, if I have the time to do it, I'm gonna share it. Like, I'm gonna be like, here, this is what you need to know. Like, here's where you need to start. Like, randomly, I seen somebody the other day. He had posted about his clothing brand, and I actually just highlighted his sweatshirt this morning. My content is scheduled, so I'm like, what day was that? I don't even know. I know I edited it yesterday, but I found him on Threads, and he was just like, like he was just talking about his struggles with selling his sweaters and stuff, and I was like looking at his page because I love to do stuff like that, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, I got some ideas, and I just started sending him all of these different reels. That's the type of person that I am.
Wow.
Like, I'll see something, if I see like somebody has a business, I'm like, let me send you some video ideas I've been seeing. Like, these are very popular, like going back to when we were talking about like virality and videos and stuff to follow. Like, I follow some of them, and I'll see and I'll say, you know what, this could work for your platform. Like, you should do something like that. So yes, it's gonna happen, absolutely. Like, I would love to start taking on more people and stuff like that. I think it's just me wanting to make sure that I have like an extreme system and process so that people can be self-sufficient and they don't have to fully rely on me. But yeah,
no, that's good, and I love the idea. By the way, now I think about, we have a lot of content creators here in the city of Cleveland. That would be dope. And like, how to make a weekend of it.
yes, yeah.
To put them all in one room.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're planning that at the end of March, and so we'll
Only a front
hopefully
row
have
seat.
it now. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely.
right on camera. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, man. I'll see the clip.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You'll be like, here it is. You said it.
You're
You
right.
said it.
No. I think that's dope. And more and more I think about it, we have so many dope like creators, and it's just in Cleveland alone. Like, we can make a whole weekend of it.
Yes, yeah, we really could.
I love it.
Yeah, if there's any businesses that want to partner, hey, let us know. Shoot me a DM.
Well, listen,
Must have knew what the question
a
was.
segue to my next question. Who can we hope to see collaborate with you in the future with? Because you've done quite a bit of collaboration.
Sure.
But who, like, I can see you doing reality TV, not reality TV, but something to affect,
Yeah, it's so funny because honestly, I've always thought like I would be great having like my own reality show.
Come on now.
Following me. Yeah. So if there's any directors that want to produce that, let me know.
Wow, there we
But
go.
I think it'd be really great to like kind of follow me around and like kind of see like my day in the life and doing different activities. Like I said, I'm on a journey of sobriety, so I want to highlight healthy and fun activities, like things that don't involve drinking. And I mean, the list goes on and on. There's so many things out here for us to do. So I can see that happening. As far as like any collaborations that come to mind, any Cleveland-based like clothing brand, I want to collaborate with. So if you like have a clothing line and you want to send me some things, I do have a PO box. So absolutely, I would love to have that. Like,
that's dope.
So
okay, y'all heard
that's
it.
what I want. Yeah.
Y'all heard that.
Yeah.
And VH1 TLC Lifetime.
Yeah.
Hit her up.
Hit me up.
That's
like,
it.
I'm your girl. Like, you want
Come on.
animation, bubbliness, like positive energy?
Yeah.
That's me.
Okay. All right.
I can also see like skincare too. She has like very beautiful glowing
Oh, thank
skin.
you.
So I think that skincare could be definitely something too.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Actually, speaking of skincare, I will be going to get a facial at Reed's Bar in Cleveland. That's an upcoming collaboration that I have. So I'll be excited to highlight that. That'll be in the next couple of weeks, which I looked at her skin and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going. I will be there. So
I have a question, because like I feel like now I'll start tagging collaborators like, hey, I would love to wear that hoodie.
Yeah.
Hey, at me, so and so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I'm be.
You gotta shoot your shot.
I was just gonna say, sometimes you just gotta put yourself out
Say
there.
less.
do. I mean this is a great place to do it, right? Like, I mean, if I had a clothing brand, I would want to send y'all some stuff to wear on your podcast. Absolutely. So
I like hoodies.
listen,
I'm all for it. Okay.
listen, send them some stuff because
Yes.
this is where you want it to be. Like, this is where
Come
you
on.
need it to be at. So
That's true.
yeah.
And Sprite hit me up.
Oh
Lord,
yeah.
please. Okay, you make a killing. This man forever got a kid in his hand.
Oh my
You
God.
understand? I ain't mean for it to rhyme like that, but it did, okay?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh, Jesus. All right, so listen, this was an episode I could not wait for. When I seen it pop up on
She
my
really
calendar,
did.
I said, oh, we got her. I said, I'm about to learn so much. And it beyond what I could have even expected for this interview. I mean, you've
thank
given
you.
so much. You're so selfless when it comes to just sharing information, sharing yourself, you know, giving us understanding of the business realm of it, because a lot of people don't know.
Absolutely.
A lot of people with following, you know, even small or large, don't know that they could be making money from it, you know what I mean? And really passion, purpose, really fulfilling their life's journey, you know what I mean, through it.
Absolutely.
So no doubt in my mind that your legacy will be grand, honey.
Absolutely.
You are doing your thing, and it only gets, like Brandon would say, gooder and gooder from here.
Good and good. It's a word. Look it up.
That's it. So when it comes to legacy, I have a kind of split up into two parts. What's the legacy for you, Jan, as an individual? But what's the legacy for you as the entrepreneur?
So I want to say the legacy looks like, you know, I said this earlier, like people understanding that it's a great day to be great. And so like I really want to like put so much emphasis on this, because I think that a lot of times we let bad days take over our entire day, and it should never be that way. So like I want my legacy to look like, you know what, she's always smiling, she's always happy. She might have a bad day, but she's not gonna let that ruin her entire day. So like that's what I want as an individual, for people to see, like, because people are often like, oh my gosh, are you always smiling like this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm so thankful.
So I'm on camera and off camera.
No, literally. I'm like, I'm so thankful. Like, I thank God for the day. Like, and if we can start by thanking God just for having that day and understanding that it is a blessing and it's a gift within itself, that's where you start, and that's how you start to become more thankful and more appreciative. So as an individual, I want people to like realize, or like my legacy to look like, you know what, Jan was right about this. Is like my stepmom used to always say, positive thoughts bring about positive responses, and that's what like helped me, like it helped me birth out like my it's a great day to be great saying. So and as an entrepreneur, I would say like that, don't box yourself in. Like I want people to take away and like see my legacy as like, man, she didn't stop at nothing. She was like extremely fearless. Like she was willing to go out and try something new. Like
the resume is stacked.
It is.
For sure.
You know,
loaded.
it's so strange, y'all. But like, because I told y'all like a big part of my purpose is serving. I want to be a server one day. I don't know why. I just feel like I need to do this.
Well,
like,
that's your reality skit right there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Be like when Cardi B did that, just trying things to be trying it.
Like, I don't know why, like, this is on my heart. I'm like, I can see myself like, hey, what would you like today? I don't know why. It's something I have to fulfill and do in my life.
Gonna say, you gotta do it
I'm
one
gonna
time
have to
for
do
the one
it.
time,
Yes.
girl.
So like, stopping at nothing, like you know, not feeling like, you know, and I'm not somebody who would never get a job again. Like I said, I would go and be a server. Like I don't think that you should ever be like you're too good for a job either. Like I think that you should be like, you know what, I want to do this. I want to try this. Like I want to go do this. I don't want to stop at this. Like I'm never too good for anything. Like so as an entrepreneur, that's what I want people to see and realize. Like don't be afraid to try new things. Like if your heart is calling you to do something, do it. Like if you decide in your 40s and your 50s that you want to go and do something different, do it. Why not? I mean, we have one life to live, you know, so we have to take full advantage of that. So that's what I want people to, my legacy to look like, and you know, people see that you don't have to box yourself into one thing.
All right, I agree.
Phenomenal legacy, man.
For sure.
Yep.
Still being written. So
Yep.
I love
Yeah,
it.
no, listen.
Absolutely.
All right. So again, not only have you just really changed the game for us, you know, being able to, you know, get this opportunity to interview with you, but I'm sure those that are watching, those that are listening, are also just inspired, encouraged, and motivated in some way. So whether it's something that you wanted to say but didn't mention, or just jam-packing this into, you know, 3 takeaways that someone watching or listening can gather from tonight.
So 3 takeaways. Of course, I'll lead with, it's a great day to be great. So always remember
You might have
that.
to trademark that.
Like,
Yeah, you
literally.
don't know.
I did.
Come on.
I'm just saying
Yeah,
now.
you getting me a t-shirt, you know, a hoodie.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure, girl.
I like
And
that.
I would buy it, so you might want
Yes.
to trademark it.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, it's a great day to be great. So understand that it's a great day to be great, and every day that you get is another day for you to be great. And let's see.
So
takeaway number 2. I was just saying another one of my favorite sayings. They'll probably all be my sayings. Like, ain't nothing to it but to do it and get to it. And so when I say that, that means like, don't stop at like doing whatever it is you need to do that day. Like, so if I don't feel like doing something, I'll be like, you know what? No, ain't nothing to it but to do it and get to it. So like, don't ever like feel like you gotta just like, I mean, you can have a rest day, I'm not saying that, but also be able to say like, you know, I'm gonna do this one thing this day and feel good about that day, you know what I mean? So another takeaway I would say would be what would I say?
I would say this is the last one.
I'm about to say, you been hitting
no
them
pressure.
gems.
Yeah. You know what? One of my favorite things that I've seen is, and I wrote about this in my book. Like, there's a saying, and it says like, when you start to put God first in everything you do, you'll start to see God everywhere around you. So keep putting God first. Keep seeking God first. Keep like, you know, building that relationship with God on a regular basis. That's what is ultimately contributing to my testimony. Like, this is why I was able to go an entire year and rebuild my entire life, because I had God by my side. So put God first in everything. That would be like my last takeaway.
I think that's good. That's a good list.
No, awesome. No.
We'll have to trademark not only 1, but number 2.
Yeah. You know, another one that everybody loves is like at the end of my video, I always say, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.
No, good stuff right there. So, Matt, what the most important question of the whole episode I like to ask is, where can we learn more? Where can they find you? Where can they view all this great content you have in store?
Yeah, so you can go to my website, callheryan.com. So it's CALLHERYAN.com. And then all of my handles on every single platform is callher_YAN. And yeah, you can find me on almost every single platform. I don't think there's any platform I'm not on. Yeah. Yeah. I'm heavy on content creation, and I post every single day, multiple times a day.
How do you I'm sorry. I
That's off camera to schedule it.
I was about to ask you, how do you do that? Because I have a hard. Of course, I use Instagram, do Facebook, but Twitter, I'm like, forget it.
Yeah.
Like, and don't get me started on TikTok. I've given up TikTok. I'm done. I can't do TikTok. I'm sorry.
TikTok
I'm
is
too
the
old.
best one.
I'm too old. I
That's
can't do
it
it.
for me, man. Maybe
It
I'm too
don't
old,
though.
I don't know.
And you know what? Like, I have another saying. I forgot. Like, I have so many different sayings. But like, I always
You gotta
say,
do Yenanisms.
yeah.
I said it first.
Or she have her own card collection of different quotes.
sayings, different quotes. I love that.
I like that.
I like that. But yeah, like I always say, like, I don't believe in a flop because another video gonna drop and another one and another one.
Tenderism.
I like that.
So
Mic
like,
drop on that.
I like
yeah.
that.
So like, I'm always, and so when I'm creating content, like I filmed this entire day. Like I filmed me coming in here and stuff like that or whatever. So like, got this video rolling and stuff. So I pull different things out of here to kind of just show the day and then the experience and stuff like that. But yeah, so like I said, everything is content. Like when you have that mindset, you're looking at it like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna record this. Like I'm gonna highlight this. Like if I'm just walking in to go get some food somewhere, like I'm the quickest recorder. I'm like, it's start, stop. Like, so like I have content pretty much of every little thing. There's of course some things I still, keep reserved to myself.
For sure.
But it's like, I'm always just in creator mode. Like I'm always like, oh, I can highlight this and get this. And then a big part of it is scheduling some things. I wasn't scheduling things, but I do schedule now. I would say a day out. But the reason I don't schedule as much, so like I'm, like I said, very hands-on. I don't schedule out pretty much further out than a day out because I'm always like, you know what? Actually, this is what I want to post about today. I'm like, I'm very like I said, I'm very urgent and I'm very like, this is what needs to come today. Like, I don't like waiting for weeks to post stuff. Like, I'm not that person. Like,
I'm about to say, you probably got something in all the chambers, like,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, no, I wish I could get to the point where I could schedule stuff, but like, it doesn't work like that for my platform personally.
Wow.
Like I'm literally every night, that's when I'm scheduling stuff out for the next day. So, but yeah, I'm pretty much creating and posting. So it's a constant like, evolution of things. But like I said, yesterday was my heavy editing day, and the day before that was my heavy recording day. Or no, other way around. Editing day was on Sunday, recording and a little bit of editing. But yeah, I set a record yesterday though, by the way. Like I didn't mention that, but I had like edited and 2 long form videos, which those take hours.
Man,
to do.
I already know.
Yeah, you guys, y'all know.
Yeah, we already know.
Y'all know.
Well.
And like I did like 8 short forms, got like 3 of them scheduled. Like I was like on the road.
You the machine.
I was, and so like but pretty much like I'm just always like thinking about it, like let me get this done, let me get that done. But yeah, when I post, I try to schedule them out, but like I'm also not somebody that's like, oh, I need to post at this time, this day. I don't care about none of that. I just, like I said, my platform is random content. Like that Yan gonna post today. When she gonna post it? I don't know. We'll see. But I have been getting more consistent about like a morning post, because people say they like the morning post better. Like they like
it helps start the day.
yeah. So
Come on now.
Yeah.
So part 2, we're gonna have to go see Professor Yan in class and whatnot,
Yep.
and get the
Her workshop, she gonna
yeah,
get us
yeah,
together. Okay.
yes. We're gonna front
Yes.
row.
For sure.
Yeah,
Paper and
absolutely.
pen ready.
So thank you, madam, for coming through.
Yes, it's
We
been
appreciate you.
amazing.
Thank
This
you
is
for having me.
Yeah.
definitely one we're participating or whatnot, so we appreciate you.
Yes.